I want you to go out and to buy something real nice. Something that your mum would really love to have.
Eh? No, now, I can't do that.
Of course you can, and you will.
Jeez. Lady, you're a real mate.
Oh, yes, Ted, of course. I'm sure we can get them back on the job immediately. No, of course not. I'll leave the press statement to you. Fine. Goodbye. Well, we have a compromise.
Which is?
He agreed to what we discussed. Security within the prison is at my discretion, but he wants to maintain armed guards on the perimeter fence and bring in guard dogs.
Dogs? Whatever for?
Well, to make certain no one escapes. In any case, I don't see it affecting the relationship between the prisoners and the officers, so it shouldn't be a major obstacle.
Pity they didn't agree to unlock these gates when we got everything else.
Yes. Still, I suppose we can't complain.
Yeah, the strike was pretty successful, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just hope we never have to go through it again. With a bit of luck, things might just run smoothly for a while. Of course, we're still understaffed, but I suppose we always will be.
All the more overtime.
Frankly, I don't know how you do it. You worked all night and you're still wanting to work today.
I'll be signing off before lunch.
Oh, that's if you don't request another shift. I've never seen anybody so keen to work in all my life.
It's not the work I'm keen about. It's my yacht. Building one can be pretty expensive. Once I've got it finished, this place can go hang.
Oh, no, that's what I like to see. A dedicated officer.
I better let them loose or they'll be getting restless.
Heaven forbid. Oh, morning, Janet. Yeah, you're not looking too happy this morning. Not feeling too bright?
Why should I be?
Is there something wrong?
Well, you'd know, wouldn't you?
Me? Why, how do you mean?
Oh, you can stop pretending now, Meg. I know all about it.
I'm sorry, Janet. You've just lost me. Is there something I'm supposed to have done?
You're just a two-faced bitch. Now, I can't even stand here and talk to you.
Now, listen, Janet.
I've been looking for you.
Get out of my way.
What the hell do you think you were doing that to my flat?
You were lucky I didn't get my hands on you. Now, get out of my way.
You must be out of your mind doing a stupid thing like that.
I'm not too stupid that I don't know what's going on around here.
What are you talking about?
I knew there was another woman. I said so, remember?
Oh, God's sake, you're not going on about that again, are you?
Look, I don't think this is the
and
best
I thought
place.
you were my friend. But you don't give a damn about me or your husband.
What? What's Bob got to do with it?
Oh, you're both so innocent, aren't you?
If you just start making some sense...
I'll make some sense. Tell me this. Just where did you spend the night last night?
No, now, come on, Janet, it's not like
I don't know how long this has been going on, but I'm awfully glad I found out. I suppose you've both been laughing up your sleeves about me. Well, I don't care if I never see you again. Either of you.
Janet!
Peterson?
Here.
Shepherd? Winter?
Wish I was somewhere else.
Oh, you won't find things too bad now, Winter.
What do you mean? Things going to ease up a bit?
I'm pretty well back to the way things used to be.
Oh, bloody just as well.
Come on, let's finish the muster, ladies.
Ladies, eh? What do you know? A screw with manners.
Oh, I don't know. I think he's cute.
Yeah, you wouldn't you?
Come on.
Young? Okay, that's it. Move in for breakfast. Watch what you say.
No, if I had a single cell, things could be a lot more fun for both of us.
Mr. Faulkner, I'd like to speak to the women before they go into breakfast.
Just a minute, please. The governor would like to speak to you.
I just wanted to let you know the recent officer strike has ended, and it has been decided to lift the more stringent security measures introduced some time ago. However, I want to make it quite clear this is not because of your foolhardy and violent actions in trying to take over the prison. That sort of behavior does you no good at all, and I hope you realize that.
Seems to have made things a bit easier for us, but done it.
As I said, the relaxing of restrictions is not because of your actions.
You mean the screws didn't like them either?
I hope now there will be more cooperation between the staff and inmates. It is up to you to prove that the lifting of these restrictions is not a mistake.
We'll all be good little girls, Mrs. Davison, just as long as we get treated like human beings.
All right, you may go into breakfast now. Thank you, Mr. Faulkner.
Mrs. Davidson.
Yes, Brian?
Mrs. Davidson, could I have a word with you, please?
Oh, yes, of course. Mr. Faulkner, would you bring Brian to my office after she's had breakfast?
Yes, Mr. Davidson.
You going to see Davo about your parole?
Yeah, something about it.
It'll be great. You'll be able to get together with Lizzie and have a reunion.
That's right. You know, I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye to the old bugger.
Single cell.
Young fella. I ought to have me head read.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Faulkner. Would you wait outside, please? Now then, what did you want to talk to me about, Bryant?
It's about my parole. I shouldn't have any problem getting it, should I?
Well, I can't answer that definitely. As you know, it's up to the parole board.
Yeah, but reports and things have a lot to do with it, don't they?
Well, it's fortunate you weren't here during the riot. If you'd been involved in that, it certainly would have gone against you.
Yeah. Well, I am glad I wasn't here. Look, if the parole does come through, well, how soon do they let you out?
Within a few hours of it being granted.
That's great. See, I got to go to Brisbane 2 days later.
Brisbane?
Yeah. My daughter's getting married. She wrote to me. She said she'd really love me to be there.
Well, I'm delighted for Laurie, and of course she would want you to be there. But you will have to get special permission to travel on your parole license.
What do you mean? You mean even if I get out of here, I'm going to have permission to travel interstate?
Well, Mrs. Morris is helping you with your parole, isn't she?
Yeah.
Well, I suggest you talk to her about it.
Look, well, I'm going to be really upset if I can't go there. You see, I didn't think my daughter wanted to have anything to do with me. I didn't think she wanted me to meet her fiancé and her friends. She does. I just got to go there, Mrs. Davidson.
Well, I do understand, Bryant. And it's quite possible your parole will be granted. But don't get your hopes up too high until you know for sure.
Good day, Ernie.
Oh, good day, Mrs. Birdsworth. What'll it be?
Brandy. I need a bit of a pick-me-up.
Yeah, you needed one last night, too. Well, how are things in the big city?
Too bloody fast. Not like where I came from.
And what part?
Oh, I've been all over working as a shearer's cook.
Yeah? Well, it's a pretty rough and tumble sort of life for a woman, I reckon. Especially one your age. You don't mind me saying so.
Well, I retired now. Come down to enjoy myself in the big smoke. Put it on my account.
Room 17.
You got a good memory. Oh, yeah, you took me back there last night, didn't you? When I got a bit overtired.
Yeah, it must be pretty lonely on your own in the big city. Have you got any friends and relatives?
No, but I got some people I got to look up. Myra Desmond's one of them. Don't know her, do you?
I can't recall her name. Is she a local?
I don't know where she lives exactly, but I've got it written down, so I'll look her up when I get around to it. Did you notice that young bloke I was talking to last night?
The one at the table with you?
That's right.
Yeah, I know him.
Don't you like him?
He's a bit of a con man, I reckon. He didn't get any dough out of you, did he?
Out of me? What do you reckon, that I came down the last shower? I wouldn't let any bloody young conman get anything out of me. I've been around too long.
Yeah, well, good on you. I hate to see people taken down.
Bloody oath.
The strike worked out all right, didn't it? Got better conditions for us and the women. I mean, they've got to have some rights, don't they? Oh, I'm not beating any drum about prison reform or anything like that. But some of the things the women have got to put up with are pretty rough. And a lack of privacy, for one thing. It'd be better if they all had their own cells, wouldn't it? And Janet?
Oh, I'm sorry, what were you talking about?
Oh, just one of the women mentioned to me she'd prefer to have a cell of her own. I wonder if it can be arranged.
Oh, I don't know. You'd have to ask Mrs. Davidson.
Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, maybe Jim could do it. Perhaps you could mention it to him.
Me?
Well, you're pretty friendly with him. It was Edwards was asking me about the single cell. I thought maybe you could mention it to Jim.
I won't be mentioning anything to him. Now, if you don't mind, I would rather not talk about work in my coffee break.
Sure, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.